Hey everybody, it's Glenn Munro, Roaming Gnome. Thank you for joining me again this lovely afternoon. Today we're going to continue on with our Missouri Points for Prizes lottery. Well, you know how we do it. Collect these tickets. You know, when we go into the city part of the area of Columbia, they're laying all over the place. We stack these up, we collect them, we put the points online. They have a online gift store, and we order stuff online. This week, Points for Prizes reward or award, gift award that we collected. We get so many. This was 7,400 points. There, it's a penny a point. That's $74. These were free. Didn't pay nothing for it, and we won cash too this month. You know, $40 cash off some of these, and we bought survival and long-term sustainability tools and gear with the you know, our free findings. Remember, we're doing this for free by what we find, access, collect, trade, or return or recycle. And if we like it, we own it. But without further ado, today is going to be I ordered from all of our points, 7,400 points, 5 days ago, online, Missouri Points for Prizes lottery program. Off those scratches, we got the points, 7,400 points. Enter it on their website online. This came from Chicago, the awards headquarters, and I ordered something from the LeatherMan Tool Company, which is the LeatherMan Wave Multi-Tool. It came by UPS in this box. I seen the UPS guy, I flagged him down. I said, hey, my package on there today. It said online, you go to UPS, as a tracking number. It tells you the scheduling and arrival of your package. You know, basically the status of your delivery. It tells you when it gets here, and it can even text you on your phone if you have that capability. I just looked online, it says your stuff's here. I went down there and kind of waited to see the UPS guy, flagged him down, said, hey, is my stuff on your truck? He said, yeah. So he gave me the package. So it comes in a box like this via United States Parcel Service. You know, the brown, remember, they're blue, they're brown, remember that one? Comes in a package like this. Came from Chicago Award Center. Packing paper, pretty standard, right? Box, pretty standard, right? Let's see, more packing paper. Don't see anything else in there. Okay, we'll put the box to the side for now. Packing slip, and online they have little messages that you can put as a gift, because these are gifts. It's the holidays, it's Thanksgiving coming up, you know, holidays, Christmas time, things like that. So it probably would have got here faster. It took 5 days. I ordered it the 20th. It took 2 days to process it. It got here the 25th. Today's the 25th. And so it took 5 days to come from the awards headquarters and to get shipped here, 5 days. And you can put messages on there online, and I always jack with the messages. You know, I put my own message on there. And this time I put, thank you, Dr. Smith, for your service to our community. Please accept this gift to help you further. That's what I put. But if you're sending this to somebody, you know, after you collect all the points, and you want to send it to somebody to help them out, or, you know, as a gift, you can put a message on there for them. But this was 7,400 points. It has the address on there. You get 24 hours to notify the award headquarters if you receive your gift, you know, if it's damaged or it's not to your liking, and you need to notify them within 24 hours of your reception. Yeah, right there. It has the number. It's 1-800-201-0108. That's the award headquarters in Chicago. Been to Chicago one time, so I don't really know where that's at. Anyhow, this is the LeatherMan Wave Multi-Tool. Comes from the LeatherMan Company. This is the actual gift box, not like if you bought it at Lowe's or some of the hardware stores like that. It comes in a plastic package, you know. But this is more or less the gift set. So if you order it from the gift or award online store, it's going to come as a gift box like this. So comes in this box. LeatherMan, leave nothing undone. Open it up. Has the story. Tells about the, I guess, the owner and the manufacturer, the person that's in charge of all this luxurious tool equipment. 25-year warranty. It's not a lifetime warranty or limited lifetime warranty. It's 25-year warranty. So basically, when you order it from the gift store, it comes in a box. It's got a gift, you know, like a presentation. Comes in this nice little box. There's the tool. And there's the pouch, or the sheath, depends on how you want to terminology that. So what we'll do is we'll take the pouch out, take the tool out. It feels pretty stout, probably maybe a quarter of a pound, half a pound, quarter of a pound, 1/3 of a pound. Put the box down there. Look at the sheath first, pouch. Pretty decent. You get horizontal belt loop, and I believe you get a vertical. Yeah, you get a vertical. You get 2 vertical loops. So if you want to go this way and this way, or however you desire to put your tool in the pouch. I believe it probably goes this way. Nope. I would do it this way. It feels better. Okay. It's Velcro. There's the pouch part. That's how you're going to hang on to it. It has 2 pouches on the side, and there's little loops on here. What I would probably do, it's probably for fashioning or hanging something on there. It looks good enough for me to put ferro rod on one side and maybe a fire piston or a tube with, you know, some char cloth, fire starting, you know, like Vaseline and cotton balls so you can get surefire going in a wet environment. So I'd probably put a ferro rod on one side and a little tube full of ways to start fires on the other, or maybe you can find you a lighter that'll fit in there. So you'll have, you know, 2 ways to start a fire. And now you have the tools. So there's the pouch. Pretty heavy duty. Feels like it'll last for a while. Okay, so when you open the knife up here, the tools, it's got knives on the outside, I believe. So we'll start with that. This one here. Okay, that's your regular cutting knife. It says it's 420 high carbon steel. Not high carbon, yeah, high carbon steel 420. This has got, nope, it doesn't have a 90-degree spine on that one, except for right there. And I'm sure you could probably start, you know, a fire with the back of that off your ferro rod. It's got a lock on it. Yeah, that's pretty dang sharp. As you can see here, you have a notch for opening. Okay, let's see the next cutting tool. Next cutting tool is the saw. You know, these saws are pretty decent. Feels sturdy. We'll have to see after we use it a few times. So you get a saw. There's your saw. There's your knife. I guess this is the cutting tool side. And here's one that has both. This is your serrated knife. So it's a saw and a knife put together. This is probably for cutting bone and things like that. And then right here, on this side, on this corner, so every corner has a blade on it with an end where you can pull or get the tool out. And this has 3 types of files on it. You have your hatched machine file, that looks like a fine. On this side, there's file. That's probably more for finer detail. And on this side, which is the cool part, that's diamond. So you have a diamond blade type file. So there's your file, your serrated blade knife, your saw, and your regular cutting knife. So each corner on the handle has a knife, and underneath the knife, of course, there's the lock. See right here where my thumb is? Push that, and that unlocks it. You just put it back in its position. Same thing with the file. Put it back in its position. Push the button underneath there, put it back in a position. As you can see, it also has these little hex torque type screws on it. So you can probably replace these, exchange, take them off, do maintenance, sharpen them, whatever. And then there's your saw blade. So you have each corner of the handle has cutting implements on it. Then we open it up. It's pretty standard for a multi-tool. You open it up. Feels kind of boogery on that part. Okay, you open it up. Now you have your needle nose pliers. You have regular grips. Then you have your plier grips, your standard, you know, channel lock type, piping type grip. You have cutters, wire cutters. And then in there you can see there's wire strippers. See the wire strippers right there? So this is more like a tinker, haberdasher fine detail, utility type multi-tool. So there's the pliers, basically. So there's 1, 2, you have needle nose, 3, 4, 5. So basically you have 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 types of plier tools. Like I said, wire strippers or strippers, cutters, grips, fine grips, and needle nose. And they have pliers and needle nose pliers. Basically is how that works. Okay, then inside the handle, as you can see, there's centimeters. So you also have measuring increments. And as soon as I seen that, I already knew what time it was. This is for fine detail and, like I said, haberdashery, tinkering, fine mechanical detail. That has centimeters and it has inches on there. So you have 2 types of measuring. So that's fine detail type stuff, finishing type tool. Then we open it up, and immediately we have, on this side, we have scissors, which is one of my #1 used tools that I use all the time. So we have scissors. They feel pretty sturdy, stout. They're just smaller than the nips I'm used to, unless you're used to Swiss Army type stuff. If you use recon type tools, the scissors are pretty ambiguously big, like Gerber. That's a recon type tool company. And the buttons to put these back down inside the handle are in the back. See right here? Push that, it goes down. So there's scissors. We'll just leave this one out for now. And we'll pull this one out. So we have fine slotted driver and a fine Phillips. See, it comes out. It's that little hole right there, it comes out. And you can flip it around so you can switch which tool you need. So that's a tinker tool. See how small that is? It looks like a 0 or a 00, maybe even a 000, which is for fixing like, small type detail stuff, phones, clocks, maybe locks and things like that. You never know, whatever size screw that fits. So you have the Phillips, and it comes out, and you can switch it around. You put it back in this little hole, push it in there, and boom, there's your slotted driver. So now you have 2 types. You have a slotted driver and a Phillips driver. That's your screwdriver set for that. This is the fine side. I guess this is for the tinkering and haberdashery. And then here's a full-size screwdriver, slotted driver. You can probably use for a little bit of prying, opening some things. I'm used to this right here, also having a Phillips that size for recon and larger screws, because most of the screws you see these days are Phillips. That's because it's a torque type nut, bolt, head on it, whatever, and that's what it's for. But I don't see a lot of slotted driver type screws hardly anymore, so this was purely for prying, or maybe even gouging or trying to pry something open, things of that nature. So when you're done with those, you just push the button. Here's my thumb again. Push the button, push these back down inside the handle. Seems pretty easy. That's pretty decent. Okay, now let's get on with the other side. On this side, we have, there's a Phillips, larger Phillips screwdriver. There's a screwdriver, and this comes out. You flip it over, slide it right back down in there, and there's a slotted driver. So now you have 2-in-1 on one tool. This is your screwdriver for your larger type screws. So you have the Phillips, pull it out, flip it over, and you have your slotted driver in one. So you have 2-in-1 on that. Then you go in here, if you have fingernails, open this up. There's your bottle opener. There's an all kind of type all situation. Can opener, bottle opener, and like I said, you can use this for gouging or poking a hole. There's no awl on it, it seems, but you can use probably some of your knife implements, or if you have dedicated toolage for that. But this is called a wave, like I said, once you get done with that. And I think a wave is pretty much, like I said, for tinkering, haberdashery, fine detail finishing type work. Clocks, locks, larger things, But when it has the wire cutters on there, I already know what time it is. It's in case you need to do repairs on electrical equipment, communication devices. See where I'm going with this? And that's pretty much it so far. Folds back up. Like I said, doesn't weigh a lot. Weighs less than my Gerber Recon tool. Put it back in the pouch. That's pretty much it. So, this costs 7,400 points, which is a penny a point on the Missouri Points for Prizes program. Gift store on their internet site. So 7,400 points is $74. So this costs $74. At the local department stores and tool stores, this sells for 80, I believe 85 bucks. So for $85, I didn't pay anything for this. I got it for free from collecting those tickets. So is it worth $85? We'll have to find out. But for what it provides, you know, like I said, one more time real fast, we have pliers, which is needle nose, standard pliers, wire, we have cutters, and we have strippers, all in one. Okay? Well, we also have 4 types of, well, we have cutting tools. See, I'm going to go over this one more time. Serrated saw blade, not with, you know, saying serrated blade. Dun, dun, dun. Your standard knife blade for cutting, right? Remember now, it's 420 high carbon steel, supposedly. That's what it says. So that means it'll work with your ferro rod pretty decent, if you have to. Alright, now here we go with some of the other goodies. Now here's your standard saw. I'll show you the blade. This ain't no punk of a saw, I guarantee that. I can already tell by looking at it. It's not like the Gerber Recon saw. That one's a basic, just straight across, hey, I need to cut something, and it's going to cut, I guarantee it. That's pretty sharp. Like I said, you have serrated knife, your standard knife, your saw, and on this side, like I said, you have 3 types of files. One on the edge, one on the edge here. You have diamond, okay? And on this side, you have a fine machine type file. Okay, then when you get done with it, push the button underneath each blade, fold it down, put it back in the handle. Okay? So there's some tools there that you can use. I mean, it doesn't feel like it's wimpy or anything. It shouldn't be for what it costs. Okay, we open this back up. Pliers, once again. Go to this side, and it does have scissors on it. And they have 5 different kinds that they sell from LeatherMan that have scissors. And I went over that in the other video, so I'll have to put these together. But they have, remember, we have our scissors. That's what they look like. And we have, this side must be the haberdasher side. Then we have our fine slotted driver. Take this out, slide it back in there. Now you have the Phillips, the fine Phillips head. Okay, open this up, then you have your large slotted driver, screwdriver is what it says on the instructions. It's a map of what the tools are. Then we go and open this side up. You have the screwdriver again, which is the larger one. Slotted driver, pull that out. See, that might be a problem for me. I lose stuff like that. Slots back in there. Now you have a Phillips, so you can change it on the fly. It's 2-in-1. Good use of space. You have your standard, looks like bottle opener, can opener, and it's kind of got a pretty decent edge right there. You could probably even use it for gouging or an awl. There's no awl on it, but you can use some of the other tools, like I said once on before, probably to do that. And when you get done, push the button on the back right here for the tools and put that back in there. Same thing with this side. Push the button, close up your scissors, and push your finer, you know, detail type gizmos, put them back in there. You fold it back up. Seems pretty sensible, right? Pretty easy. Just fold it just like that. It's pretty easy, pretty simple. I like that so far. It's not quite what I'm used to, but it'll probably grow on me a little bit as I use it. The sheath pouch type setup, like I said, it's pretty sturdy. It feels like it'll last a little bit more durable than the Gerber one I had, and the Swiss Army one I have doesn't come with one. It just goes in your pocket, just straight up. I guess they don't mess with sheaths. This sheath gives you an option of vertical, horizontal attachment. This is just belt loops here. You know, your standard loop through here. It's Velcro. But what's cool about this is, like I said, it has these little pouches on the sides with places to put loops for strings, I guess. And like, well, I already have the idea of putting my ferro rod on one side and maybe a fire piston in the other, or a tube with 2 or 3 ways to start a fire. You know, char cloth, cotton balls and Vaseline in a tube or something, you know, switch it up. You have 2 ways to do it. But there's little slots on the side to put things in there too, small items. Probably it's just a place for an attachment point, is what I'm thinking. But what I'm going to use it for, has a little loop right here where you can put probably paracord. If you have ferro rods like I do, I put paracord and just wrap them up with some tape on one end to slide them in there. So that gives you the option of carrying also some other items on your pouch. So now you have multiples for, you know, whatever you might need to accomplish that day, whatever project or task or is at hand. But, like I said, I thought I'd do this Missouri Lottery Points for Prizes, you know, unboxing and review, survival gear and sustainability toolage for free. Didn't cost me anything. All I did was just collect the lottery tickets. And I'll give you some examples and some ideas of where you can get these. Convenience stores, convenience stores, convenience stores, convenience stores, liquor stores, places where they sell booze. Apparently liquor and gambling, excuse me, this is educational, this isn't really gambling. Even though if you have a problem with it, it says gambling problems, call, you know, the hotline on the back. But it says this is for educational purposes, and you earn reward points for prizes by entering your non-winning tickets at molottery.com. So you pick these up, I pick them up at car washes, they're laying on the ground, on the side of the highway, places where, you know, city people live. They like to cash their checks, they buy some booze, they play some games, they win a couple of bucks, you know, they're entertained, they have fun, they feel better, they lose. You know what they do with these? They toss them on the ground, they toss them in stacks, they buy stacks at a time. I go for the larger ones, it's a penny a point. Sometimes you get 200 points, that's $2 a pop. You get 10 or 20 of these, you catch my drift, you have enough to get you something on the gift store. If they have something that's worth anything, that's decent, that you might need, you just turn all your little tickets in. And like I said, I got this today. It took me 5 days from Chicago at the headquarters. This is the LeatherMan Wave Multi-Tool. And that's my Missouri Points for Prizes survival gear and sustainability toolage for free episode for this month. Or wait a minute, this week. I've already did one last week. We did traps. See, we did traps last week. Remember, we won some money on the scratchers and we bought some traps. I need to really dial that one in better, but I just thought I'd share this one with you because this is the same method. I'm using the lottery and the tickets, and they're losers. Most of them are losers. I get, you know, a few bucks here and there from ones they don't read correctly, or they miss, you know, they wasn't worth their time to cash $5. Hey, thanks for the $5. Or, you know, they didn't read it right. They were in a hurry, they got distracted, or they just got confused from all the other stuff that's going on the lottery ticket and they didn't see it. So I pick it up, double check their math, and I keep the points, turn them in, and then I recycle the paper, or I use it for fire starting down here. But I thought that would be interesting to share with you guys how I got this LeatherMan Wave Multi-Tool for free. Didn't cost me anything. Didn't pay for the shipping, didn't pay for nothing. I just collected all those lottery tickets. I waited. Here's how I usually do it. This was 74 points. They give you 7,400 points. They give you, that's $74 basically. They give you 5,000 points a month. That's $50 a month. So I wait towards kind of the end of the month. If you see where I'm going with this, I wait towards the end of the month and I do my 5,000, which takes me a couple days, you know, to collect these. It doesn't take long to stack these up, but it does take you a while to work for these and collect them up. And then that's $50. Well, once the month, at the end of the month, they give you another 50, right? Well, if this is 7,400 points, $74, then I have to wait. So I try to balance that. I try to like slam it all like at the end of the month and then catch that next first of the month and then add more. So that gives me the possibility of at least having $100 and free, you know, merchandise to buy what I need. So this was $74. that's how I did it. I thought I'd share that with you guys. And if you got anything out of that, this helped you. You were wondering about this little multi-tool anyway. I see these at Lowe's for $85. I'm not paying $85 for this. I might pay $60, even $50, but I'm not paying more than that. I had a Gerber multi-tool recon tool that I liked. It was called a bridge suspension. I found it and I returned it and got a new one. So that way I could have the pouch, and I got a new one. It was just slightly damaged, and Lowe's was kind enough to let me exchange it. So if this doesn't work out, I might have to do the same thing. I will probably go with the LeatherMan Super Tool 300 or even the Wingman, but I have to have something with scissors on it. So now I have something. If it doesn't really suit my needs over time, I can take it back and exchange it for one that will. But the point was, how did we get it in the first place? We were legitimate about it, right? We actually earned it. We bought it. We purchased it. It has my name on it, right? My name on the receipt. And that's it. So, I'm Glenn Munro, the Roaming Gnome, and all you people out there in the Roaming Gnome Society, the Circle of the Gnome, Kirkende Nomen for all the Dutch people. This is the LeatherMan Wave Multi-Tool review and Missouri Points for Prizes Scratch-Off Lottery Program.